hockey fans, and welcome to the Bluenote Fan Report. I'm your host, Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, on the program that is by a fan, for the fans, and most definitely about you, the fans. Well, our Blues went to Boston to play what a lot of people call game number 8. You see this happen a lot in sports. The schedule makers try and get the two teams that played in a championship series, especially if it was contentious, to meet again early to develop a rivalry. And so that's what happens here. Early in the season, St. Louis goes into Boston, the scene of the crime, so to speak. Boston fans were tripping all over themselves to get to this game and to talk about this game. And I mean, they were tripping all over themselves. I'm in a group called the NHL Penalty Box. Not a great group, but they let they hook fans up together, you know, have an open chat during the game. Boston fans are salty, man. And God, I got to tell you, you think they're knowledgeable and they're smart? They're actually pretty damn dumb. Noah Martin and Brad Jensen were telling me that the Blues didn't sell out banner night. Gentlemen, you know how wrong you are. We absolutely sold it out. In fact, tickets were going for almost $1,000 to get to that night. $1,000. That's more than what tickets were selling for in Boston for the Stanley Cup Finals. Yeah. Okay, here's the proof too. Proof is in the pudding. Also, guys, don't forget, I really appreciate the comments you put in YouTube and on the Facebook post. I appreciate the likes. Like the post in Facebook, like it in YouTube, and please sign up for the Bluenote Fan Report page. You know, that's how I want to get everything out. I want to stop posting in the groups. I want to keep posting on the page, but I got to get more page people. I got to get more people in the page. My goal is 500. I'm at 230-ish. Come on, help me out. Join the Bluenote Fan Report on Facebook. And subscribe. I'm at 382. I'd like to get to that 500 mark. Tell your friends about the Bluenote Fan Report. So let's talk about the Blues going into Boston. Well, there were actually a lot of interesting games in the NHL and a couple that had some, I guess, Blues, you know, were concerns or, you know, we would be watching. The Wild had a shutout. I forget who they shut out. Chicago got shut out by the Hurricanes, and the Jets played Calgary in the Heritage Classic up in Canada, in Saskatchewan. I mean, if you watch that game, snow was all over the place. Really hard-fought game. Jets sneak out of there with a 2-1 overtime winner. So, St. Louis is in Boston, and I got to tell you, Boston fans were just tripping all over themselves. Tripping, you know, to get away from a Brad Marchand, you know, dirty knee slot. It just couldn't get around that. So, game starts off, and I said it earlier that Boston was out for blood, that this meant more to them than it did us. And at the 38-second mark, Zdeno Chara proved it. He charges in on Sundqvist. Now, it was a legal hit, I'll admit that, but he hit him really hard, a lot harder than he probably should have. And David Perron comes out to assist. And coincidental minors. Still can't say that damn word. This happens again about the 6:13 mark. Perron for roughing and Krug for holding the stick. And coincidental minors. It happened twice in this game. You don't see it a lot in the NHL. It used to happen a lot of times. But this is how you get the 4-on-4 for the 2 minutes. Total of 6 penalties for each team, 4 power plays. In the first period, at the 14:59 mark, while David Perron is on in the penalty box for holding. His second penalty, Pastrnak from Krug and Marchand, 1-0. This is one that Bennington should have had. It kind of slipped up in here, hit him, he stopped it, and then it goes in. He should have had that one. He might have liked that one back. First period ends 1-0. Shots in the first period were 9 for Boston, 9 for St. Louis, 10 for Boston, pretty even. We get into the second period, and this is where the Blues slip into that long change, we don't know how to play hockey type thing. They got lucky. They only gave up 1 goal, an even strength goal to Bjork at 9:31. It was actually a really good setup on a 3-on-2. Can't fault Bennington for this one. You know, they played it right, just came in the zone, did their job, scored the goal. Shots in this one were 7 for St. Louis, 9 for Boston. So at this point, Boston is out shooting St. Louis 19-16. Now we get into the third period. In the third period, St. Louis took some good shots. I mean, they had some breakaways, had some attempts. Perron had one that hit someone's stick as it was on an empty net when it was 2-1 or 2-0. Could have really made this game interesting. Boston just kind of wanted this more. They get an empty netter at the 19-11. St. Louis takes 10 shots in the third to Boston's 5. St. Louis outshoots Boston 26-24. Tuca, who got his cup, Tuca, by the Blues, they took my cup, makes the shutout for 26 saves. Bennington makes 21 of 23 saves. It was really a pretty good game all around. I'm not worried about losing this game. I'm really not. You know, for me, not get hurt. And that's what it was. And Boston was out for blood. And it was obvious, you know. And, you know, let's move on to Detroit. That's what we'll talk about. St. Louis versus Detroit. Stevie Yzerman coming back to Detroit. Stevie Y will always be remembered for that slap shot from the blue line that beat John Casey in Game 7 of Round 2 of the playoffs in Boston. I was in Chicago at the time. I remember it. Broke my heart. That was when we had Gretzky and Hull, and that really looked like a team that could get us to the Cup. Unfortunately. Stevie Y is now a GM. He's the GM that set up Tampa, and it's his job to do it in Detroit. He's got a long way to go. Detroit is right now 3-8 and 0 with a goal differential of -17. They are on a 7-game losing streak, and they just got shut out a couple days ago by Buffalo, 2-0. Got a day off, though. That could help them. Their goals allowed per game are 3.64. That's 29th in the league. Their power play is at 11.1. That's 25th in the league. And their penalty kill is at 71.4%, which is 27th in the league. This sounds a lot like who? The Kings, right? And the Blues really exploited the Kings, and I think they need to do that here. They need to exploit Detroit. And get this. Now, the shots allowed for Detroit is 34.4, 27th in the league. You know, this is, you got to just say, this is a team that can be beaten, but also they're on a 7-game losing streak, so they're due a win. Remember that. St. Louis is 5-3-3 with a goal differential of -3. They are currently 3rd or 4th in the division. It could have changed. They have their goals against per game is 3.09. They stayed at 17th. The power play dropped down a little bit to 22.9 for 10th. Penalty kill. I gave the wrong numbers last time, and I thought that was wrong. But the penalty kill is at 85.3, which is 8th. They're allowing 30.0 shots per game, which is really good. Well, you know, it's better, but they're in 8th. So a lot of shots are getting taken early in the season. But the numbers got to get closer to 26, 27 for me. Players to watch for Detroit, not much. Anthony Mantha, he's got 7 goals, 4 assists for 11 points. Tyler Bertuzzi, 4 goals, 6 assists for 10 points. Now, they've been using either-or goalies. I kind of think that they'll keep Benner in. He's 2-3 with a 3.23 goals against average and a .902 saving percentage. Jimmy Howard just had a really bad start this season. He's 1-5 with a 3.59 and a .901 save percentage. Bennington, who I don't think will play, is 4-2-3 with a 2.53 goals against average and a .916. Kind of stayed where it was. Allen, who hasn't played in a while, will probably play this game of a back-to-back. He's 1-1 with a 4.17 goals against and an 849. Now, the guys just played a kind of a bad game against, I don't want to say they played a bad game, they played a decent game. It's a back-to-back. I don't know how tired they're going to be, but if they can play in front of Allen against Detroit, they can beat this team. I don't think they'll shut him out because Allen has been letting leaky goals go. I'm going to say that the Blues do win this one, going away 6-2. Book it. Okay, favorite segment is about the fans. I love it. I love talking about you guys. I love showing a fan. I love when someone tells me that they're bleeding blue with me, or, let's go Blues. So send me those videos. Send me that stuff. If you want to be a fan of the game, if you want to show off your Blues tattoo, and there's a lot of new ones out there. If you'd like your Blues pet, your pet that does something during the games, or just your pet on the show, send it. If you got a fan cave, I know there's some out there, send me your stuff. Email the Hawaii Blues Fan at hawaii.rr.com, or send me a message on Facebook. I'd love to get you in. And I hope I get this out in time, but Layla Anderson is going to be at Fan Cave Sports on Sunday from 1 to 3 doing a signing by donation. I think the minimum donation is $5. Just go out there. It's all going to Children's Hospital in Ari's name. And that's just something that's really close to my heart. I have my Layla bobblehead that they sent me. Thank you so much for that, Layla and Scott. I wish I could come out and see you. Guys, if you can, go out and see Layla. Say hi. This is the Hawaii Blues Fan telling you that I'm bleeding blue with you, and go see Layla. So my first fan is a young man. This young man is Dane Negrasso. He's 6 years old. Dane is kind of a new fan. He started soaring about a year and a half, 2 years ago. And he just loves when they fight. He loves when they drop the gloves and they get it going, right? He loves when they fight. His favorite player is O'Reilly. He loves that O'Reilly from the O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly. I just love it. When he goes to the game with his mom, he loves to get snacks. He likes seeing Louie. He just enjoys the game all around. Got a bulldog he likes to put in his jersey, in a Blues jersey. Dane, it's just great. And I want to tell you this. I know you sent me a video with the Let's Go Blues and that, but unfortunately I had a problem downloading it, so I'm trying to get it fixed. As soon as I get it fixed, I'll reload it up for you and I'll put it in there, Dane. Dane, thank you for being my fan of the game. Tattoo of the game. This one is cool. Absolutely cool. This beauty is on Timmy Brown. Tim told me that his daughters had tattoos and he was against it. He kind of settled down a bit and his daughters asked him if he'd get one. Well, he said if the Blues ever won the cup. Well, they won, so back in June they started asking him. He took some time. He went and talked to Jason Lee at New Age Tattoo in Springfield, Illinois, and they came up with the design. This is pretty cool. The arch, the cup, O'Reilly from the Illinois side. I gotta tell you, I like this. I like the detail. I like the yellow. I like the blue, the cup, the way it shines. O'Reilly, I'll never forget that interview he did with Armstrong on the phone. Armstrong's and O'Reilly goes, well, I can't wait to get there. Let's go win a cup. Well, Mr. O'Reilly, you absolutely did that. And we love you here in St. Louis. Jason, thank you for showing this tattoo. Or not Jason, I'm sorry. Tim, thank you for showing off this tattoo. Jason, this is a wonderful job. If you're in the Springfield area and you want a tattoo, go see Jason Lee at New Age Tattoos. Guys, thank you for letting this be my tattoo of the game. Hey, TJ Oshie, remember I said you had a brother and that I'd show him real soon? Well, here he is. This guy is T-Bone. T-Bone is also owned by Robert Sneerly. She posted this in the Hawaii Blues Fan Clan group. This is a Blue-Nose Pit Bull. He's a rescue. He was rescued in June. The owner wanted him to be more aggressive, was going to put him down because he wasn't aggressive. Isn't that effed up? That really is. This dog is beautiful. I love the white on his, right here, on his nose, his ears. He just, and why would I have him be a Blues pet, right? Well, as soon as the Blues score a goal, his ears go up and he runs and barks at the TV. That is a Blues pet to me. T-Bone, you and Oshie are great brothers, and thank you for being my pet of the game. Well, guys, I'm doing a quick show. Back-to-back games makes it kind of tough. But I really got to ask for your assistance. This show is about you. Not as much about me. It's my connection to you. And in order to do that, I really need your help. I need your help sharing this video. I need your help getting the views out, talking about it in the groups. When you see the post, don't ignore it. Take a shot. tell people to, hey, watch, this is pretty cool. Tell them what you think. You know, if it's good, it's bad, but tell them. Help me get the views, help me get the likes, and most of all, send me your videos. Send me your pets of the game, your fans of the game, your tattoos. And remember that I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and I'm bleeding blue with you. Right, buddy?
My name is Jackson, Hawaii Blues fan, and we're bleeding blue with you.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go
Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues. You tell him, Jackson.
Let's go
I say
Blues.
aloha, mahalo, and Marshawn, we're going to kick your ass next time. Aloha.